So don't be like me. Okay. Another week, another vlog, and some eerily empty shelves behind me. But anyone who has like a toddler will understand why we can't put stuff down at this level. As I usually start my vlogs, I just got home from work and it's about, yeah, it's 10:35 in the morning. It's Thursday, June 19th. And I've got a lot going on in the next week. So we will be packing up and flying to the United States to stay with my family for 6 weeks, just for like that summer in America kind of fun little family vacation. So I have to get everything ready for the trip and also really try to wrap up some writing related stuff because I would like to kind of disengage, I guess is the best way to say it, or just decompress a little bit when I get there. And yeah, it would be nice to not have anything pressing that I really want to work on right away. Anyway, yeah, I did pick up a couple of things recently for the trip to bring home to share with my family. So I got these like beef flavored chips, which I don't think you can get anywhere else in the world. And I've had them before and they're really good. So I got like a 4 pack of those to share with people when we get there. And then also I picked up a big bag of like Vietnamese coffee from the Central Highlands. And I don't drink a lot of coffee, so I never really know what to look for when I buy coffee for other people. And yeah, I know it's totally criminal pulling these like ridiculous nighttime writing hours and I'm not drinking coffee. Like, I don't know. People are always surprised when I say I don't drink coffee and they're like, well, what do you drink? And I'm like, other things. Like, yeah, but I understand the appeal of coffee, so it's just not for me. Um, but yeah, what did I want to talk about? Oh, I wanted to start this vlog with a little bit of a womp womp, like not the best news, but also not totally unexpected. So I had a couple of full manuscripts out, and up until this last week, the beginning of this week, I was still hopeful, but I've gotten two rejections on fulls, and it's not easy to deal with that. But one of the rejections was it was out with the agent for like more than 3 months and came back with like a form rejection. So that's kind of sad. And then the other one, I just got the rejection 2 days ago and it was at least personalized. So that was great. She said um, that she was really drawn in by the premise. The hook was good. Like she was engaged in the mystery. However, she prefers a different POV situation for horror. So I should start off by saying, hi, I'm Zinnia. I like to read and write. And I've been querying this book, tentatively titled Tetrophobic. And it's like psychological horror. It's set in present day Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, where I live. And yeah, it's kind of at its core, it has a mystery, but I think most books have a mystery at their core. And the horror really revolves around the idea of the absurdity of modern life, the absurdity of kind of toxic marriages and people staying in them, the absurdity of, yeah, the kind of jobs that we have that sometimes feel like totally pointless and like we're wasting our lives and our sanity. So This book is horror. It's speculative. Something otherworldly is going on here. It's, I would say it leans more supernatural speculative than like paranormal, like vampires and werewolves kind of speculative paranormal thing. Whatever. I have trouble describing this book, which is maybe part of the reason that I'm having trouble querying it. I need to work more on it. Um, but yeah, to go back to the second rejection, I'm rambling so much. The second rejection, she said she prefers a single POV for horror, and the way I've written the book is maybe it's a little bit awkward. Honestly, looking back on the book, I'm like, it is told both through first person and third person. Like most of the narrative, we're really following the first person character who's the main character, and then we get third person POVs for other characters. And actually I cut one of the POVs because I thought it was a little bit too much. So she said that she prefers a single POV for horror, and that yeah, she's going to have to pass, but she's asked me to get in touch with her when I finish another book, and she'd love to take a look. And so yeah, that's encouraging. Like it's always like I feel like getting that personalized rejection kind of alleviates some of the but why? But what was so bad about it? Like yeah, she told me and now I know. Um it is a little bit, I wouldn't say annoying. It's just a little bit disheartening that I did query the book as a multi POV. So I think she requested it knowing that, you know, it's a multi POV book and she doesn't really like multi POV horror, but maybe she was so intrigued by the other elements that she thought she might be able to look past that and ended up not being able to. So that's okay. That's okay. So currently now I just have a whole bunch of queries out and no full requests currently pending, and I'm working really hard on the second manuscript. I'm now in deeply in act 3. Um well, maybe not deeply in act 3. I'm at the beginning of act 3, but I think the action's going to move so fast that before I know it this book's going to be all wrapped up. So that's fun and exciting for me, but I haven't been getting quite the word counts that I would like to be getting because I literally have been falling asleep at the keyboard at night, and sometimes I put my head down and close my eyes and continue typing because I can sort of, what's that called? Touch typing. I can type with my eyes closed. So I've been doing that a little bit, which sometimes results in messed up, garbled text, but I can clean it up and fix it. Maybe I should start dictating at night. Is a possibility. But yeah, I wanted this week kind of think about where to go from here in terms of querying this first manuscript and kind of do some introspection as to the real reasons why it's getting rejected, because I think there's always a reason, whether it's like market, whether it's, you know, the level of polish on the book, whether it's just agent taste. There's going to be some kind of reason each time, and I want to delve a little bit deeper into that and work on that, because I think I've said it before. Like, this is my first book. I wrote it really quickly and I revised it pretty quickly, and I could have done more revisions on it. So, these are things that I want to carry forward. But yeah, we'll get into that a little later in the vlog. For today, as you can see, I'm kind of disheveled. But I'm going to change my clothes and go down to the gym because I've been to the gym every day for the past week, like consecutive days. So I just want to keep that going. And then I have my weekly meeting with my critique partner this afternoon. So I'm really looking forward to talking to her because she also finished reading the book that I'm querying. So I'm going to pick her brain and find out why she thinks it's getting rejected. Because I do, like, I haven't known her for that long, but I really trust her judgment. Like, she has a really good, what do you call it? You call it an eye for art. I guess you can call it an eye for literature too. Like she has a really good perspective on how things should be and how to improve things. Like she makes great suggestions. So yeah, I'm going to get along with all of that stuff. I'm going to do some writing tonight. And yeah, but first the gym and then critique partner and then all my mom stuff and then writing. And I'll check in with you before bedtime tonight. Okay. So it's midnight from heading from Thursday night into Friday morning. Um, why is it always midnight? It feels like it's always midnight. Um, Such is the state of my life. Well, so I met with my critique partner, and she had some incredibly useful stuff to say about the book that I'm querying. And yeah, essentially, she said she really enjoyed the book, and but I think feel like you kind of have to say that to your critique partner. You have to say that you liked it on some level. But she, when I told her that I had gotten some rejections on my full manuscript, she was like, "Well, I'm not really surprised by that." And I was like, "Oh, well, why?" Kind of. And she said, "Well, you have two books." And she said it in kind of a way that scary nighttime noises. I cannot. Hmm. You get weird at midnight. Um, what was I even saying? Oh, she said like she wasn't surprised at all that I'd gotten some rejections, and I was like, "Oh, really? Like, could you elaborate on that a little bit?" Like, because I'd love to know what like the big glaring issue is that I didn't notice about my book. And she said, "Well, it's not a book. You have two books here." And I was like, "Hmm, okay." And she said, because I have this first person narrative and then also the multi POV third person narrative, and it's kind of it's intertwined. It's not like part one, part two. It's like from chapter to chapter, you're switching from different narrators and even different like person, like first and third person. So she said that she felt like all of these voices work together, but that they're not incorporated with each other enough, or that there's kind of a lack of cohesiveness, a lack of cohesion between them. And the more she said that, and like the more I thought about what she said, I was like, huh, that's totally what's wrong with it. And that, like, yeah. But the thing is I don't really have it didn't set off this like light bulb of I know exactly how to fix it. I don't know how to fix that. I have no idea how to fix that. Um, I mean, I just thought it was really cool that she was able to read it and kind of point that out for me. And in hindsight, of course, you say, "Oh, well, I wish I would have been able to give this to her before I started querying the book, and maybe I would have been able to improve it or fix it somehow." But I kind of don't, like I said, I don't really have like an obvious way to fix that. So it would be like I should have rewritten the book another time. Like I should have gone through a few more rounds of revisions before I started querying the thing. I should have passed it through more beta readers. I feel like there's always more that you can do. And that seems to be a theme that I see other author tubers talking about when they're talking about like, is this the final revision? Is this the final pass? Is it good enough to query? Like, how do you know when it's ready to query? Basically, yeah, I'm feeling very lucky to have met my critique partner because she will be able to help me really critically evaluate the my work in progress now. And as I go through more revisions, I think that I mean, she's already given me some really good points that I've put on a list for the revisions passes later. But I think she'll be a really key factor in me knowing when the book's actually ready to be queried. Yeah, I just thought that was really, really helpful of her. And yeah, I think sometimes it's hard to accept a critique, but when it's a critique that gets right to the heart of the matter and answers the question for you of like, why don't agents like this book? And someone's able to tell you why. That really puts the matter kind of to bed for me and like makes me feel like a lot better somehow. Like getting a negative critique somehow makes me feel better. And yeah, I didn't know this about myself. Like I always thought that I was really critique averse, but it turns out that when it really settles something for me, like I love it. And I want her to point out all of the problems with my work in progress now. And yeah, sometimes you just need that person that kind of gets it. And yeah, she gets it. So if you're watching, thank you. um, but yeah, that's really meaningful for me. But uh, yeah, I did a little bit of writing tonight, but I didn't make like whole lot of progress, I guess. And I didn't make a lot of progress in terms of word count, but I did write like kind of the build up to the big twist. And I will be able to write the twist tomorrow morning. And yeah, trying to get as much done before we leave for this trip as possible. And yeah, maybe I'll be writing on the airplane. Who knows? Like, really, who knows? But I think that's all for my update tonight. And then, yeah, got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. But yeah, okay.
Hey, I think the audio is probably terrible out here. I just wrote a particularly juicy part of Act 3 of my Southern Gothic dystopian project, and that made me super hungry. So I came out to get banh mi. Uh, my pronunciation of that is terrible. It's just a sandwich. I came out for a sandwich. But yeah, I thought I would sit out here maybe for a second and talk about what I'm writing about, but no, it's too loud. It's crazy. But I will show you my new fit. I got what I'm calling like if your Asian grandma was like really into 2011 core, this is what she would probably wear. So hold on just a second. I'll try and put you down. Yeah, it's essentially like a fake Navajo print muumuu thing, but it's just so comfortable. Like I don't need things with darts or things that are like fitted. I need air flowing through here. But yeah, I can see it. I'm gonna go inside and see if they'll let me film, but they might not. But yeah, okay. I'll show you the sandwich after I get it anyway. Okay. Okay, I got the goods, and I did film a little bit inside. I don't think he was really friendly and nice. I don't think he cared. I'd take one big bite and then we'd drive home. Okay, let's see what we got here. Of course, I have lipstick on the bag because that's just my brand. I probably eat an entire tube of lipstick in a year with the way I always have it on and I don't wipe it off before a meal. So here we go. Inside we have shredded chicken, cucumber, like some pickled vegetables and some mayo. I always get it without the liver pate because that's just not my kind of vibe. Not good. Mm. But yeah, I love this place, and it's a chain, and it's a little bit pricier. Actually, it's like 4 times as expensive as like a banh mi that you'll buy on the street. But yeah, I'm gonna chow down. I'm super hungry, and so yeah, I'm here. I'm in my writing spot, and I'm gonna also eat and watch Lynn's new video about the tree of conflict. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna get into my own writing and then head over to the gym at some point, and yeah, try to be kind of productive today. But cool, yeah, I'll be back in touch later.
Okay. So I've just got back from the gym and took a shower, and now I'm setting up to film like the writing content type video that I'm producing for the end of this month. It is not advice. It is just kind of commentary. But yeah, I was looking through like my goals that I mentioned to you in my last vlog, and let's see this. Yeah, it's probably going to appear backwards. But yeah, I'm at 12,500 words for the month, and my goal was 15,000. So I'm probably going to make it because we're only, let's see. Yeah, today is June 20th. So yeah, I'm gonna make it. And I've almost finished that book that I started reading. But it's really interesting. I do want to find out what happens at the end. And then I've been to the gym 5 times this week, and it's Friday, and I plan to go at least on Sunday. I might not make it there tomorrow on Saturday. But I missed the first week of the month because I had hand, foot, and mouth disease. But I've been pretty good about that goal. I'm utterly shocked at myself. And then my YouTube goal, I posted 2 videos this month, and between this vlog and the writing content video that I'm about to film now, I'm gonna make it. So yeah, I feel like I set some really like realistic goals for myself. And the other book that I plan to read, I will read on the flight, hopefully, if everyone will sleep. I might be able to read on the flight and also do a little writing on the flight because it's a 25-hour itinerary. Like, it's going to be painful, but maybe I can use that time a little bit if the kids will go to sleep. So yeah, I'm feeling good about my goals. And now, yeah, I'm going to turn my attention to this other video that I want to film, and I'm not going to dry my hair post-shower because I have to go out in the rain anyway to pick up my daughter, so it just seems counterproductive and like not good for my hair to use heat on it if it's just gonna get wet again. Like, just silly. So yeah, that's where I am, that's what I'm doing, and I'll be back with I have like some reflections on querying, my first book that I want to share, and I'll be back to talk about that probably around bedtime tonight. Okay, bye. Okay, so I don't know how the audio is going to be in this clip because I didn't charge my wireless mic, and this is the headset I use to teach English, so I hope it's like kind of good. Otherwise, my students are probably have been having a hell of a time and just didn't tell me. But yeah, I think it'll be fine. We'll see. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly close out this vlog for the week, and I have been kind of like, it's Monday now. So all weekend and all day Friday, I was kind of ruminating on what I'd done wrong with querying and kind of where I'm going from here. So I actually made a little list, kind of a long list actually, my querying mistakes. Yeah, I would actually say that some of these things were absolute mistakes and things that I will do differently in the future. So, number one, my drafts just went way too quickly in quick succession. I didn't let the first draft rest at all before I dove right into the second draft. I think it's because I just didn't have a different project going and I was anxious to start something different and then kind of have that shiny new object thing and forget about this first book that I'd, spent some time writing and was really excited about finishing. So yeah, next time with my second manuscript, I will definitely be letting that thing rest like for a while. And while I work on the third manuscript, and then I have a whole in my Notion, I have a whole calendar set up so that I at least have a little bit of accountability to come back to that second manuscript. And then the second thing on my list is that there should have been more eyes on the final manuscript. I didn't do any paid betas, and I will be doing that this time, like for sure. I will be doing some paid beta reads, and I didn't have a CP. Like, I didn't meet the critique partner that I have now until like literally like a month ago. Whenever I mentioned it to you guys, that was when I met her. So it was since I started the YouTube channel, which has not been very long. So yeah, my first manuscript, I had some people reading it, but maybe not the right people. And yeah, I should have had more people really looking at that final manuscript before I sent it out on full requests. Like, what was I thinking? It's fine. It's fine because honestly, I feel like that book, I said it the other day, I think, but that book's just not my debut. I think I'm going to put it in a drawer and come back to it later. Um, Number three, this kind of goes along with number two in that I should have gotten a query critique. And I didn't really have anyone read my query letter. Oh, wait, maybe like one or two people read the query letter and they were like, sounds great. So this time I'm probably going to find someone to do an actual query critique for me. Um, Number four, that the actual revisions process that I went through should have had more stages to it. Not only should it have taken a longer time to do, but I should have broken up the stages into more specific methods of revisions because now I know about things like reverse outlining. I've heard people talk about listening to the text to voice version of the book to like catch weird phrasing and to catch maybe typos and mistakes. I think I think I learned most of these things from Alyssa in the books. She always says that she's not the person to be giving advice, but she gives some great advice, I think because she also mentioned something about highlighting different portions of the book in different colors, about like isolating conflict, interiority, and like other elements of the story. I'm not sure if that's Alyssa's specific thing or if she got that from somewhere else. Anyway, that's where I picked it up, and I will be doing that this time for sure. Number five is more of like a personal thing that I just need to make querying more consequential. Meaning, I went into querying my first manuscript with kind of the mindset of whatever happens, happens, and I don't really like it's not that it doesn't matter because that is my work out there, but it's more just I went into it wanting to have the experience of having queried a book. And I had already decided for myself that the outcome was going to be that I wouldn't get an agent with this book. And it's not that I self rejected. I queried a lot of people. I sent out the fulls. I did everything how I was supposed to do it. But I think because I had this mindset already, I didn't perfect the book the way it needed to be perfected. So with this second manuscript and the third manuscript, I will not be rushing to query it in the same way because now I know how querying feels and I'm going to be more emotionally invested in the outcomes. And number six, I also just need to spend more time selecting comp titles because I did not have the best comp titles for my first manuscript. And I still don't know exactly what those should have been necessarily. I did pick things from the right genre and that weren't super, super old. but I could have had maybe like one of them was really fresh and new and in horror and was lit fic. So I feel like it was really close. But the other two were maybe too blockbuster and like too general. So I need to, yeah, really focus in on reading a lot more books that I think are possible comps and not just reading stuff that I like that's adjacent to my book, but find things that are really like comps for my book and read those and spend more time thinking about it. But yeah, so those are my six like querying mistakes or like things that I will do differently. I feel like that's kind of a slightly more positive way to frame it, but I'm okay. Like I'm okay with making mistakes. Like I have made so many mistakes in my 38 years that I'm not ashamed of it. And it actually recognizing it that way helps me to focus in on not doing that again. So don't be like me. Don't rush to query a book that's not quite ready just because it's your first book and you're anxious to get out there and see how things really are in publishing. But do spend time going through all of the stages of revisions and getting other eyes on the book and all of the things that I just went through in this list. Yeah, those are my tips at least from one round of unsuccessful querying. But yeah, anyway, okay. So I'm going to close out this vlog and say thank you all for watching if you're still here. And next week, well, this week, today's Monday, I will be on an airplane mid in a couple of days headed to the US. I'm gonna try to write and I'm gonna try to vlog and we're gonna see how everything goes. But yeah, I'll be back with another vlog and the next time I upload, I'll be in Kansas. Yeah, exciting. Okay, bye.